I'm Barney Lund. I am a father and I'm also a knife maker and blacksmith. I have a complete deafness in my right ear. I have about half in my left ear and I use a hearing aid. And I also lip read. I've been deaf since birth. Because I lip read, there is concentration fatigue associated with that. So sometimes, you might be quite fresh and you might be able to follow everything for quite a while. But invariably, at the end of that, you're just really quite mentally exhausted. There's a constant kind of anxiety about what's happening around you. And you kind of develop a bit of a hyper-awareness visually of what's happening because you can't really hear. My partner, she's also deaf, so we use Auslan and we're verbal as well. The deafness is a big part of our lives. We're currently expecting our third child, so any time now we'll have another baby. Being deaf, one of the things that I've sort of struggled with is social isolation. As a young adult growing up, I found myself living alone for probably about 6 years, and I think that was one of the most difficult times in my life. I was spending way too much time alone. I often found myself slipping back into that sort of solitary sort of mode. When I started the blacksmithing and knife making Facebook group, it was really about meeting other people and sharing some experiences. There was a galvanizing effect, and I was kind of surprised really at how it snowballed. Being able to see other people's work and ideas and share that sort of information on how to do things just really helps.
He gets in and just wanting to learn all the time, wants more knowledge of what he's doing, and he's a hard worker. He's willing to have a go at everything. He's got a lot of respect for people. There's not much better than that really in my eyes, and turning out some good knives at this stage.
Mark's been great because he's a very experienced blacksmith and he's been able to pass on a lot of knowledge to us. He's become a really good friend as well. When you meet a new person in a new setting and maybe you're battling with the ambient sound in the room as well, it takes a while sometimes to understand what the person's saying because you're not used to their voice and their mannerisms and all that sort of stuff. The way I've got around that, I guess, is to meet people through shared interests, and that kind of breaks the ice a little bit easier, I think, not just for me, but for other people who are also looking for that social contact. Some of the fears for me were around my self-confidence. When you see beautifully forged knives on Facebook or Instagram, you look at them and they're perfect and you sort of think, oh wow, am I ever going to be that good? It had changed from being a fairly solitary sort of thing to a much more sharing culture, I guess. I think that's probably one of the richest aspects of life, really. If you told me that I would become a knife maker and blacksmith 10 years ago, even though I had the mechanical aptitude to sort of connect the dots back to my life before blacksmithing, it's kind of a little bit like, how did I get here?